Greetings YouTubers. Today I'm making some cold fondant, and this is my insurance policy to get the bees through the winter. Now I know I talked about it briefly last year on my video, but I didn't show you actually how to make it. Basically you take 10 pounds of sugar and just normal table sugar with 1 cup of water, and very important to put at least 1 tablespoon of white vinegar in it for acidity. And I also add a tablespoon of Pro Health or Honeybee Healthy, whatever your choice, just to help as a feeding stimulant. Now some people I've heard have used apple cider vinegar and all, but I have not used that. Some of them use that in place of water. So I think the biggest thing is just to increase the acidity. And basically this is a overwintering candy board that you can get from Man Lake or Brushy Mountain. They both sell them, and they sell them with moisture boards as well. Basically you take and put your jar in the center. This is where your normal feeding jar would normally go. That's just to block it off so you can put the sugar in. I also add pollen patties to mine, 1 in each end, and I cover this with sugar and pack it down and let it harden. Okay, I'm going to come back to you in a second after I pack all this in, because you don't want to see me just dumping this in there. Okay, this is what it'll look like more towards completion. You get almost 10 pounds of sugar in a 8 frame candy board, and easily in a 10 frame. This is the pollen patty that's going to be buried in there, and I have one buried down here right now. So this is much easier than doing hot fondant. You won't burn yourself. It's much faster, and it's better for the bees actually. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but if you Google the National Honey Show in the UK, there was a lady there that talked about HMF and how it's bad for the bees' digestive system. And anytime you heat sucrose, you can create HMF. And if you don't know what HMF is, it's a real long chemical name that I don't want to pronounce. And the lady from the UK gave a very good talk on it. So I only use cold fondant from now on. It's worked the last couple of years very well, and the other people that I know that have tried it have also used it and liked it. Much easier, much faster, and the benefit of this too is if the bees do not eat it all, nothing's wasted. You can break up what's left and add it to make 1-to-1 sugar water for the spring feeding if you like. So, okay, let me cover this up and I'll be back. Okay, this is what the candy board looks like when it's completed. All this is sugar. There's 10 pounds of sugar in this 8 frame, and the jar will be removed once the sugar hardens. It takes a day or two for this to harden up if you did it correctly. Now, if you did it correctly, you can invert the whole thing, just turn this whole thing over and put it on the hive such that the square notch is facing up, and remove the yellow plug there. And after it's hardened, you can cut a little hole here with a pocket knife to provide some ventilation. The advantage of doing the candy board like this is that this will really suck up the moisture in the hive. And as everybody knows, moisture is detrimental to the bees, particularly in the wintertime. So it does soften the fondant so they can eat through it, and I've had real good luck with it for the last couple years using it. And every hive that's had it has made it through, so that's the good news. So pack it down. Make sure you have no air pockets in here. Now now people ask, well, when do you want to install this thing? Well, it's up to you. I usually target putting them on after Christmas, but it depends on the weather and where you're located, so I can't really say what it is. Last year was a warm winter. I don't know what we're going to get this year, but that's like I said, it's subjective on when you put it on. Now, this is an insurance policy. It's not made to be a substitute for any honey or sugar stores, but you do what you got to do to get them through the winter. So anyway, if you like these videos, click on the little box in the corner and you will get additional videos free of charge and notified via email. Anyway, that's it. Be happy.